If you want to go ahead and make an opening statement, and then we'll throw it open for questions from these guys.
It was a good win tonight against a real quality opponent. 3-1 coming in with two convincing wins over MAC teams. Certainly only lost to a very, very good Big Ten team. So a quality win tonight. The first half set the tone. I thought we did a really good job executing our offense and adjusting to how they played. I thought our penetration and kick was open early. They made the adjustment to stay out on shooters, which left driving lanes open, and we did a good job getting to the basket the second part of the first half, and played a really nice first half. Second half was a little bit ugly, got a little bit chippy at the end, and I thought our upperclassmen handled it better than our underclassmen. Disappointed, never want to give up 40 points in a half to a team, but we had that cushion and had that lead, and that's a really nice 4-game homestand for us. 4 convincing wins after the disappointment on the season opener.
You mentioned being able to take the ball to the basket. For the first 4 games, Tracy was 2 of 11 on twos. She had 4 baskets on twos the first half. Was she the main beneficiary of what she wanted to do with that?
Absolutely. I think she's the one that recognized the change in the defensive scheme, where early on they were trying to get into our dribble drive lanes and make us kick the ball and then recover to our shooters. We made a few shots. I think they were uncomfortable with our shooters being open on that kind of style, and they no longer started coming off shooters. So Tracy was the recipient of bigger driving lanes, and to her credit, she was able to be determined and was a determined penetrator and got all the way to the rim. And we talked at halftime that's the most she's gotten to the basket this year, and they did a really nice job making the adjustment as Detroit continued to adjust defensively.
Curt, you mentioned the going 4-0 on the homestand after that loss. How much did that loss fuel not just going 4-0, but the margin by which you guys won?
Absolutely, we understand that we never out-talent anyone, that we got to come execute and play hard for 40 minutes and let the wins and losses take care of themselves. But we're not going to show up with Bowling Green on our shirt and win games. We don't out-talent people. And it's a tough learning lesson when you have to learn when you lose, but certainly we had their attention after the Evansville game, and I'm not sure, as quality of opponent as Creighton is, as Oakland is, as Detroit is, could we have gone 4-0 if we don't have that wake-up call at Evansville? It's hard to see in that crystal ball, but certainly that helped us and fueled us for a nice homestand, knowing that we have some monster programs coming up that we're going to play in the next week and a half.
You seemed a little exasperated later on in the second half. Was that, you mentioned the chippiness, or was it with things that your team was or wasn't doing?
It could be a little bit of both, but I through the years, and the officials know this, that work our games and are in the area, there's never a more uncomfortable feeling for me as a head coach than when we have a dominant lead, because I feel through the years people have taken cheap shots at us. And all the officials know I'm on the record that in those kind of games I'm going to be very defensive of my players. And I've been that way for 7 or 8 years now when we've had the opportunity to have some quality big margin victories. And I just didn't want any kind of dirty play going on down the stretch, and I wanted to make sure that they remember that I am very concerned in those moments.
John, are you done?
No.
Do you want to comment just on going to Seattle and what it means that you're playing one of the quality programs you mentioned right in the first game?
Well, we're really excited about our Thanksgiving tournament. This Detroit game had moved off of Tuesday into Wednesday in order to keep the game, so our turnaround is very, very difficult. Little Rock is a late addition to that tournament, and we look at the challenge as a great challenge for us, made even harder with a one-day prep, flying from the Midwest to the West Coast on a holiday, nonetheless. So it won't be an easy game. They've been sitting there preparing all week for us. They're ranked right now, I think, number 2 in the country in the mid-major poll. Clearly have been mentioned as one of the mid-major programs this season that could be a top 25 team and certainly an at-large team. They have one of the best individual players in the country and certainly a first-round WNBA draft pick in Chastity Reed. But they are a very, very well-coached team. Motion offensively, defensively, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. So big challenge for us to go out there. I think we have nothing to lose, and on one-day prep, there's no question we're the underdog. But it's a great opportunity to showcase what I think are 2 real talented mid-major programs. The other 2 quality teams in the tournament are Montana State and host Seattle, who are both very talented. And you know, this is a tough stretch for us, 3 games in 4 days, and we'll find out how we do on the road. And I think this can only get you better. I like to play in-season tournaments because you have to win back-to-back nights if you have dream of winning the MAC championship and the MAC tournament.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mike.